So yesterday people were saying there's not the excitement that they remember from previous elections around the special votes. Now this is just special votes, so I don't know how much we can extrapolate to the real election. But are you expecting any sort of apathy? Does it point to anything in terms of expectations for tomorrow?
Well, Francis, thank you. When it comes to the special votes that are taking place now, I can only say to you, it's too early to tell that what's going to happen when it comes to the national votes tomorrow. But then at the moment, from what I'm seeing from my side, everything is fine. So we cannot
wait
tell
and see.
what we should say. Wait and see, because there's so many things happening around the country at the moment. As you would know, there's some strikes and there's some places being tossed and so on. So up until it's tomorrow morning, we cannot say.
Yeah. One thing you are watching is turnout. But before we even get to turnout is always a percentage of registered voters. And we know that there has been a lack of drive for some reason. Is it fair enough to say that when it comes to young people registering?
Well, when it comes to young people registering, I would think that people have lost interest. Where you've always have seen a greater registration starting from the previous four elections. You'd see the registration goes up, but then when it comes to the turnout, I remember the registration is only a percentage of people who have registered. On top of that, there are still those who are eligible but not registered. We then come to the turnout, which is on the registration. Check the first elections you had 88% turnout. The second one you had 77.
So that was 1994. We had 88% turnout, so that's a percentage of registered voters.
Registered voters turnout.
But that's incredible.
And then we moved on, yes, it was great. Then we moved on to 77, which is a decline. From there we moved to 77 again. It was stable, but then in the 2014 it was 73. So 73% of the voters. When you go sit down and calculate the numbers, you realize that though there's an increase in the registered voters, there's a decrease in the actual voters compared to the previous elections.
In terms of turnout.
Could
we see an even lower turnout this year?
Like I said earlier, it's early to tell. People want to take action. People want to vote. But then at the same time, there's so many things happening around the country between the political parties and government and around the country as a whole. So we'll wait to see tomorrow what's happening, if people are going to vote or not, especially the youth. It will be interesting to see if the youth are voting or not.
Yeah.
Because if they don't come out, you then start asking yourself, what's going to be happening five years down the line? Who's going to vote? 10 years down the line, who will be there to vote if the youth is not voting now?
And either way, 9 million South Africans, you were saying, are unregistered. And a lot of those are young people. So they are not even going to be going near the voting station tomorrow.
That's very worrying. I think it's probably because of the economic state of the country. But then people have lost interest, especially the youth, with the rumors and the news that are going around. So if you have 9 million people unregistered, and amongst those, remember, you've got people who are mentally unstable, who lives on the street, and you've got people who are homeless, you've got people who are just on drugs and they don't care about vote. But then the question still comes back again, who will be voting 15 years down the line? Because if people who are voting are only the elderly, they are living, they won't be here for long. And then who's going to be in charge?
So you're concerned that young people aren't sort of taking the reins of their country?
Yeah, you can say that. Young people are not taking charge of their responsibility. It's our responsibility to make sure that the democracy lives on. But then if we don't go out to the polls, then...
Apparently in KwaZulu-Natal, that's where we had the highest number of young people registering, which the EFF is seeing as a good sign, because they think their support base will come from young people.
Not really.
Why?
Yes, KwaZulu-Natal has got a huge number of young people registering, but then you cannot say then that every young person or majority of the young people are for the EFF. You look into the trends of the EFF, it's not only amongst young people. It is down in the informal settlement, it is down in the rural areas, where people have said, we don't know who to run to anymore. We're just trying new political parties or new vocal political parties. Those who are loud and are promising, or those who are just upcoming saying, okay, if we try them, maybe they will come up for us. And then informal settlement, that's where you find the most base of the EFF. If you check around Gauteng, for example, Mamelodi and Atteridgeville, and Tembisa as well, that's where you get to see that the EFF in the past elections, they've gathered more votes than any other places.
So this will be something interesting to watch. Shack dwellers versus RDP houses, urban, rural. We have to stop it there, but hopefully we can chat to you again. Nkoe Montja, researcher from Mistra, and that's it from us. For now, we'll be back with you a bit later from the Results Operations Centre, The Rock.